LCS Week 2 Day 2 Golden Guardians vs 100 Thieves. So into the draft, Lucian ban, Aatrox, Cassio ban. So Urgot's left up. Interesting by 100 Thieves. Leaving over the Urgot has not had the best results for a lot of teams. But they leave over the Urgot, ban the Aatrox, and they ban out Draven, which is Golden Guardians comfort pick. Akali Ezreal. I do like picking up the Ezreal. This champion has had a ton of success. It's not really punished in lane too heavily, and once mid game comes around, Ezreal just controls the game so well. And Nocturne Lissandra, so very standard comp from Golden Guardians. The Nocturne into Ezreal Akali is a little aggressive just because those aren't the easiest targets. So now, right off the bat, you're not really Nocturne ulting the Akali, you're not really ulting the Ezreal. And on deck goes Camille into the Nocturne. Thresh banned, they 4-pick Braum. All-Star Zillion also banned, so probably a TK. Soraka. Soraka's a little intense into Ezreal Braum, especially with the Camille. It's very vulnerable, but if you do well with vision, you can get a pretty good lead for the Kai'Sa and come out of laning phase with a plate advantage, and then maybe your Kai'Sa can fight for mid prio if he's pretty far ahead. If not, then the Soraka is gonna get pretty useless fast. So they do need perma bot pressure or vision bot side for the Soraka pick to pay off. So jumping into game, Ryze is good into Lissandra. So winning matchup for 100 Thieves mid. Akali into Urgot is Urgot favored, but once Akali gets Gunblade, then obviously Akali's fine. But for the most part, it's Urgot favored, especially once Urgot TP's back at level 6, grabs the Ignite, gonna have a ton of pressure. And then bot side, like we said, it is GGS favored, but one misstep by Golden Guardians and you don't have pressure anymore bot lane, it's gonna be very devastating. Because it is hard for Nocturne and Soraka to get vision back together. So if GGS falls behind, it's gonna feel pretty hard to stabilize the game. Nice wards from 100 Thieves. On that goes Blue Gromp Crab. Ganks mid, burns Flash. Nocturne did double red start, but then he went to the blue. So even though Nocturne like started Camille's red, it doesn't really pay off because you still want a fast level 6 on Nocturne, and he's doing a very inefficient route. So it's like nice, taking Camille's first red buff, that's awesome. He does pass the sword, so now he knows his red was stolen. But look at the Nocturne, he's actually pretty far behind XP. He did top red to bot red, very inefficient route, to top blue buff. Because he's afraid of losing his buff because Camille just swapped sides. But this Nocturne so far behind, it's such an inefficient route. He loses his blue buff. It's still level 2. Clears his wolves, clears his raptors, he should clear his Krugs too. He really needs to start getting the respawns of his camps. But the camps are going to respawn so late. Like look how late the Gromp and wolves were just taken. He's not going to get a respawn of wolves until around 6 minutes. So I am really scared for this Nocturne. I would have rather him see him just take the red and just go full efficiency. After you take the red, don't really care about what the Camille is taking. Just make sure you get an efficient route, clear all your camps, get the respawn. The fact that you took Camille's red is going to make his early game a lot weaker. So it buys you some time and makes his ganks a little bit less potent. But now that Nocturne's far behind, like we said, he's cleared all of his camps, but he doesn't have a camp respawning for another minute, so he has nothing to do. He's still level 3. He's waiting for the crab. Camille should definitely contest this crab. Soraka's not their bot lane, so Braum can move first. Does Soraka have the base? I'm kind of surprised to see definitely stay in Soraka base when a crab is coming up, because they could actually abuse this prio to get Nocturne a crab, and that would help them a lot. So Ale should not base here. He should base the next wave, keep the bot prio, get his Nocturne a crab. His Nocturne's too far behind. He's running up to his Gromp. He's still level 3. His wolves just respawned. His Gromp's gonna respawn soon too. TP from Akali. Loses more of his camps. So now he has to wait for his Raptors and Croaks to respawn. But this is so insane. You're playing Nocturne and you're getting your first respawn of Raptors at what, 6:30? That's so bad. So he finally gets level 4. He might actually be level 5. Yeah. So 100 Thieves doing a good job to track this Nocturne, but it's pretty easy since they don't really have to be too afraid. And they have Rise versus Lissandra, so they should have mid prio. Kind of a failed gank. Get rid of the pink ward. Nocturne might be able to get top crab from this, but he might not want to risk it. So Nocturne's finally level 6 at 9 minutes. But like I said, he can't really ulti top because it's Akali. Ulting mid is probably the best option just because it's immobile, but Rise does have Aftershock, so even though they have really nice setup with Lissandra, it's a really tanky Rise. And this bot lane still going well for Golden Guardians. They've been getting the first push. Nocturne ulti. Okay, so first blood for the Nocturne. So that's definitely going to help, and it is nice to see the first ulti being successful. Dragon going over to 100 Thieves. And they stopped the Rift Herald, so that's really nice. But Golden Guardians is going to get a ton of turret damage bot lane. Because look at this. They see them on the Rift Herald. Ezreal and Braum just start booking the top. Ezreal even TP's there to stop it. And look at bot lane. It's easily pushed out. So Kai'Sa's going to get a ton of plates. This is really good for Golden Guardians. 100 Thieves are getting the Rift Herald. They have to because they use so many resources to go topside. They actually lose first turret bottom too. So this Kai'Sa is really strong. He's Rift Herald mid. Did he get the gold? No. And he dies. I'm really surprised by that Rift Herald spawn. Yes, it's 13 minutes, but you just saw Golden Guardian's bot lane pushing bot all the way. They're not even there anymore, so they're moving. You know they might be moving mid. And they just spawn Rift Herald and he leaves. So it's like, in order for Ryze to even get the money, he needs to be kind of close to the turret. But it's so risky, so it's such a waste of a Rift Herald. If you want to use it for just for mid turn and you don't care about the money, then just hold it. In a few minutes, you'll get a better opportunity than when Golden Guardians has full bot prio. So yeah, Ezreal's scaling pretty well. The Kai'Sa's very strong. Pickaxe, Stormrazor. He got full 5 plates bot lane with first turret. So now 100 Thieves comp is gonna feel really nice to play because they have really strong 1-3-1. They have Akali Ryze. They have the Ezreal mid. They should be able to push in side lanes and push in mid lane. Well, once Akali gets Gunblade, he should have a much better time against the Urgot. So this look is pretty decent, but you can see Ryze is so tanky with Aftershock. The TP comes in too from Hollister, so they're ready for this, but Camille Ryze are too strong. The only way for this to work is if Lissandra can get his ulti down before the Ryze gets his Aftershock. But it's so hard. Do they kill Anda? No, Anda escapes too. So that's super bad for Golden Guardians. Nocturne ulti, Lissandra ulti, Urgot TP, Akali gets free push topside. Urgot flash. So 100 Thieves should feel really confident this game. The Akali is going to have Gunblade now. They have the Ezreal. And Ezreal's on 2 core as well. 100 Thieves have this position first, so Golden Guardians cannot walk in. They don't have anyone to face check besides the Urgot. And it's just the Urgot walking in by himself because you have Lissandra, Nocturne, Kai'Sa, Soraka. You don't have another tanky member. And it is hard, as tanky as Urgot is, it is hard to walk into these champions because they do have a lot of, the Ryze does have a lot of front-loaded damage. And he can quickly just get Camille stunned into Braum locked up. So double flash for the Nocturnal. Yeah, so they're trying to walk in, but it's so hard. 100 Thieves just hold this area. Bang doing a lot of work. So well done by 100 Thieves. They get to the position first, get the setup. They know if they keep the setup and get there first, then not much Golden Guardians can do besides hard engage. And if they're positioned correctly, they're not going to dive to the hard engage. Ryze and Ezreal they have so much peel for those characters, and they just kill whoever's in front diving too far. A little over aggressive from Hanser, not too safe to push here, obviously. Akali Camille, they get the free kill. Akali's on the board now. So Sunday is going to start getting very farmed. He can now push in top, push in bot all the way, get some turret damage. The Ezreal can push in mid. You can see Camille getting wards into the bot jungle as well. So this is really nice for Sunday. He might be able to get this turret. Alright, he's gonna back out. I do want to see 100 Thieves get in the right lanes though. No one's topside, so Lissandra is going to have one window to kind of move down here, help them get vision. As soon as Rise shows top, Golden Guardians might look for something here. They don't, so now Rise can move with the Camille. Lissandra's top. 100 Thieves can kind of force some vision here. This is really nice by 100 Thieves. They finally get the deep vision they want. What? Maybe they're afraid of Baron, but it looks like Ollie's kind of just killing himself. And Nocturne dies. Urgot dies. Now they lose Baron. That was kind of weird. So they didn't really have to work for that Baron, which kind of sucks. Not the best to review. Let's look at the setup one more time. So Rise goes top. Lissandra has a window to kind of be around here. Then the Rise and Camille come, get rid of vision. The Urgot can come as well. Like if they're super scared here, just call over the Urgot. So Urgot cleared the wave. Urgot's coming now. Urgot is coming, just wait for the Urgot. What is Ollie doing? They are spending the resources and the time for the Urgot to be walking over. Just wait, be patient. He's going to be here. So yeah. They just get caught out. Nocturne dies for Soraka's sins. Baron over to 100 Thieves. Get the dragon. Get the ocean. They have a 1-3-1 like I said, so this should be really easy. I am surprised to see the Rise mid and not the Ezreal. So let's see how they do this Baron. They don't see anyone top lane, so 100 Thieves need to play patient. Wait for someone to show top. Rise is not playing patient right now. Okay. So you're against Nocturne. You have to be really, really careful you don't get engaged on. Legitimately, no one's topside. Just wait. Rise does not need to walk up at all. He cleared the wave. Just be far back that you can buff up the minions. If that's still not safe, then you can't do this many lanes. But it should be safe. He should be able to be a little bit back. He does not need to hit this turret. Just stand back here. He's far away from the Lissandra at that point. He should not be in range to get clawed and ulted. That's a big mistake for sure. So someday still gets top turret. He would have been able to get this turret no matter what. But they're really not going to get much with this Baron, which gives Kai some more time to scale. The Lissandra Urgot are going to keep getting their items. The Nocturne's going to be able to finish GA. So Rise TP'd back. Baron is almost done. This is the last wave of Baron. They do not break any inhibs. Nocturne engage. So that's what should have happened earlier. They should have been this far back so that when the Nocturne comes in, he has no follow-up. And if they have to flash. And they would have just had 5 people alive for the whole Baron buff. But since Rise was so close to the Lissandra, ends up dying, wastes about 1.5 minutes of Baron. Those mistakes are huge. Alright, so Rise pushes out top. Akali pushes out bottom now. They have to be a little bit careful here. Golden Guardians need to kind of defend vision in their jungle. This is really aggressive by 100 Thieves. They've been being so patient. They also just got an insanely good setup. Like, look how far back Golden Guardians is. So Cloud9 and TL, even Fnatic in Europe, there are a lot of teams, they know if you're in a 100 Thieves situation right now, you pretty much already won the game. You kicked GGS out of their mid lane. You can clear this minion wave right now. You can go into their jungle, get deep vision, pink up the Baron area, and now this comp has to face check you. That you have a Soraka, Nocturne, Urgot that all have to face check you. You have Akali, you have Camille, you have Ezreal. You can poke them coming in. You can keep your Akali bottom, and then if the Urgot stays bottom, now look at these 4 champions. You have Nocturne and Soraka that are face checking, and they're squishy as hell. So going for a fight like this is the only way they can surrender control and kind of lose. Where's the Kai'Sa? Yeah, so Kai'Sa's kind of free hitting a lot of this fight. The Akali doesn't really get the usefulness. Bang. Alright, so Bang somehow gets 2. That probably saves the Baron. That's actually so insane. If Kai'Sa doesn't die here, Baron for sure. But Kai'Sa dies, saves the Baron. Oh, they're still going for Baron. Burns Flash gets sniped. So yeah, now they're in a position where Golden Guardians just got a lot of gold. Didn't have to happen. Just take your priority and use the setup. Look how insanely good this positioning is. You don't have to go for this. Just take control of Baron. Alright, so 100 Thieves, they're finally back on the map. Akali going bottom, he has no TP now, so this actually isn't too easy. He's going to need to push out bot lane and hover mid. Braun gets engaged, gets blown up. Pretty good look. Didn't look like they were too far up, but clearly they were. They get another pick. So 2 nice picks for Golden Guardians. Froggen was on the side, but Someday was doing a good job of checking. So Someday's in the pit, but he gets really low, like not even doing damage. Kills the... Oh. So Nocturne would have died, but he had to smite. And then he stole the Baron. Alright, well, hopefully this is game. They got their second Baron with a 1-3-1. They didn't break the base earlier, but now it seems over. Fight. Soraka dies in the back line. Yeah. Pretty sloppy game. It is a more traditional team comp from Golden Guardians this time. They do draft the Lissandra, draft the Urgot. Very common picks on blue side. And they don't go for a tanky support, but the Soraka did fine. They got first turret bot lane. The Kai'Sa got strong out of lane phase. And the Soraka did her job. And I would say that 100 Thieves didn't play around vision in a way to punish the fact that they had a squishy support. So I do want to see 100 Thieves be a little more disciplined with what fights they're going for. They don't need to go for that fight mid lane. Just get them out of the lane, get the vision around Baron, and win the game through vision. You have a 1-3-1. Make them feel the pressure. You have all the information, they don't. Taking a 5v5 is what they want. You can always have numbers advantage if you have a really good 1-3-1 setup.